The Jamaica Olympic Association, through their attorneys, claiming confidentiality in the face of questions raised by a former vice president to the association's former auditors about the reporting of funds. It involved US $200,000 over 4 years from an addendum to a marketing contract with a sportswear manufacturing company. Ken Rayner has more in this TVJ Sports follow-up.
Days after TVJ Sports reported that a former vice president of the JOA raised questions about whether an addendum which he signed on behalf of the JOA was reflected in audited financials done by former auditors KPMG, the umbrella sports organization is claiming confidentiality. This as TVJ Sports has now obtained a copy of a 7-page Director's Code of Conduct and Ethics, which executive members and appointed directors of the JOA were asked to sign in 2018 after Christopher Samuda took over from longtime President Mike Fennell in the summer of 2017. Questions sent to the leadership of the JOA by TVJ Sports about the existence of the addendum, its value of US $800,000 and whether it had been reflected in the audited financials of 2018, 2019 and 2020 have not been answered. Our sports desk has not received a response from the leadership of the JOA. However, a press release signed by Maurice Manning QC claims in part that the JOA accounts are in order. Quote, all relevant disclosures and reporting have been made to the JOA's auditors in respect of the sports marketing company referenced in the media report as the marketing company. It continued, quote, the auditors have evaluated the records, financials and accounting policies of the JOA and have confirmed the following. 1. The said records and financials are compliant with the JOA regulatory requirements under law, and the accounting policies and disclosures of the JOA are reasonable in all circumstances, end quote. At no time did TVJ Sports say that the JOA's accounts were not in order. As it related to the agreement between the marketing company and the JOA, the association's lawyer added, quote, due to the clear and expressed confidentiality clauses, the substance of the agreement cannot be disclosed by the JOA without committing actionable breaches of the contract. The lawyer added, quote, this is neither unusual nor suspicious, end quote. The JOA's lawyer drilled down further on confidentiality, claiming that if the disclosure by the former vice president was true, quote, he is still bound to respect the confidentiality of the material and information that came to his knowledge or into his possession, end quote. The attorney's press release also questioned the integrity of the former vice president, who shed light on the addendum. Quote, any disclosure other than to the JOA's professional representatives, such as its auditors and attorneys, in these circumstances is a fundamental breach. It is also indicative of the lack of integrity on the part of the disclosing party, end quote. In the meantime, the JOA's Director's Code of Conduct and Ethics speaks to, among other things, confidentiality, conflict of interest, and also details powers of sanction, which shall be decided by a simple majority of the Corporate Governance Commission. It must be noted that while the IOC Charter speaks to a code of ethics in broad terms, nothing relating to confidentiality is reflected in the 103-page document. Keon Rayner reporting for TVJ Sports.